Yo, what's going on, people? Y'all already know who this is. This is your boy, Mr. Cheap Sense, here with my fragrance week in review. Listen, this has been kind of mediocre as far um, as mm, compliments, I should say. Um, None of these fragrances I've had on throughout this week are bad. Um, with the exception of maybe one. I won't say it was bad. I'll just say it was below average for me. The smell was good, but the projection was not where I want it to be as far as like fragrances go. But anyway, I'll get to that in a moment. So first up, I said I was gonna try and start remembering these fragrances that I have on throughout the week so I can give them to you on the days I wore them, and possibly if I got any compliments. And like I said, this week just was a mediocre week as far as fragrances and the compliment factor. Um, but anyway, starting out with Monday. So Monday, I had on a cheapie but goodie. This one I've done uh, I believe a slight review on, or a first impression video on, and this is from the house of Jovan Musk. This is Tropical Musk. This one was a very cheapie. This was $5.99. Oh, excuse me, guys. I got the butterfingers right now. $5.99, and this came from City Trend. And I can't get it to focus, but anyway, $5.99 City Trend. This was a nice fragrance. It was sweet. I won't say fruity, but you could label it as fruity. It was nice. I liked it. And for $5.99, you really couldn't beat this. This did last long on my skin. It projected well. Didn't get any compliments. I don't believe. I can't remember if I did. Uh, it wasn't significant enough to where I can remember somebody saying, "Oh my God, you smell good." So if I did get one, it was maybe something uh, not really enthusiastic. So nonetheless, for the price I paid for this one, I think it's a keeper. Jovan Musk. This is Tropical Musk. City Trend, $5.99. Not a bad buy. On Tuesday was a fragrance I purchased in a um, from Fragrance X, and it was one of 6 fragrances that I did purchase on that one particular occasion. Uh, this one was by Frank Oliver. This is Passion Men, and I'm pretty sure some of you, if you've watched my review or reviews, you've seen this once earlier. I have done a review on this one, first impression. And like I said, this is a great scent. I just wish that the projection was stronger and it would last longer than it did. I reapplied this several times. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm kind of tired. Anyway, I had to reapply this one several times throughout the day just to keep the projection and sillage up. But not a bad fragrance. I didn't pay much for this either. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it online, but it couldn't have been no more than between 15 to possibly $20. So Frank Oliver, this is Passion Men. on Tuesday. Wednesday was a fragrance I purchased from Jacksonville, and I did purchase this one from Marshall's. And this actually is not a bad fragrance at all. I liked it. It projected pretty well. It didn't last me all day, but I did have to reapply once or twice. I did get 3 compliments. The first compliment I did get from this one was that um, it smelled good, but it seems like I had on too much, and that could have just been from me spraying. I had just actually sprayed it on before I went to lunch, just to see what kind of reactions I would get. And this one is Clean for Men Black Leather. This one also was a cheapie. I think I paid maybe 12 to 15 bucks for this. It might have been 10, but I'm not sure. But it's a nice fragrance. Um, I like it. It smells really good. It almost has a little bit of a lipsticky kind of vibe. If you've ever smelled, what is it? Dolce and Gabbana Pour Homme, I think it is. It has like a lipstick kind of vibe to it. This one kind of has that same feel, even though it may not have that note that causes it to have that lipstick vibe in it. But anyway, it's still a great fragrance. I like it. It is what it is. 3 compliments, like I said. So it performed pretty decent. And that was Wednesday. On Thursday, I purchased this guy, and I have seen this fragrance several times over, along with maybe a couple of other fragrances from this line. This is from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is Aqua Essenziale Blue. I was a little nervous about purchasing this one because I have 2 other fragrances from this house. One is F Black, which is, to me, still a great fragrance. I know a lot of people I've seen in the fragrance world do reviews, and they don't really care for it as much anymore because of, the new stuff that's out. But I don't live and or die by this fragrance, but I still think it's nice. It's a compliment getter. You can't deny that. And it's cheap enough. It's between 15 and 20 bucks now. It used to be a little higher when I was looking for it, but I did purchase it, and I found it. I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks when I found it. Either way, it is what it is. But the other one is just regular Salvatore Ferragamo. It's in the burgundy box. Excuse me. That one is a little bit too spicy for me. I've worn it once, and I've never worn it again. It's still in the collection, but this is another one that I purchased. The Aqua Essenziale Blue. The bottle is quite nice. As you can see, it's dark blue and it light up here. I was kind of surprised when I first sprayed this on my skin. This thing, I sprayed this on the box almost 2 weeks ago. This is going on no, it's been a week now. If not 2 weeks. When I first purchased it, it's been about 2 weeks. And it's still on this box. I usually, if I have a box with a lip on it like this that folds in, I usually spray it here if I'm in my truck, just to test it. And it's still on here, still now, which shows you this has great longevity. It's a nice fragrance, and for the price. I think I paid $20 for it. You may be able to find it cheaper in some other places, but I purchased this one from TJ Maxx and I love it. So this is Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua Essenziale or Essential Blue. That was Thursday. Friday, I finally received a package that I ordered almost, if not 2 weeks ago. And this one came from Fragrance Net, in which this is the second and last time I will order anything from Fragrance X. It just takes them so long. Like, their prices are nice, and I found this fragrance just because Fragrance X is the website I usually use, and it takes them about 2 to 3 days, business days, to get me my stuff. They were out of stock on this fragrance. I purchased this one from Fragrance Net, and it was like a few days before the fragrance actually came in, and I was in Jacksonville, and I was at Marshall's, and I seen they had on the shelf this fragrance, and there was like 3 or 4 of them on the shelf. I wasn't gonna purchase it because it was $40, and why was I gonna purchase it and then turn around and have 2 when, you know, I could have sold the other one, but you know, it is what it is, guys. So be that as it may, I purchased this one. It finally came in, and this is Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the fragrance world know of this fragrance. Trying to get it to where you can see Uomo. A lot of people talked about this fragrance, and I actually got tired of hearing about it, so I decided to purchase it. I love sweet fragrances. I love fragrances that have pineapple and apple and fruit, and this one has Tierra Masu, however you pronounce it. It's some kind of dessert. It has that kind of note in it. Word of caution: when you first spray this on, please do not, if you spray it on your wrist, do not put this directly to your nose right after you spray it. Give this thing time to air out, because it doesn't have that alcoholic note in it, but the sweetness in this will give you a serious headache. I love sweet fragrances, and this one is super sweet in the opening. The dry down is very nice. But if you sniff this one, as soon as you put it on, you will get a headache. I'm telling you. But it's great. I wore this one Friday to my second job because I'm actually on vacation as of last Friday. And I wore this to my second job. No compliments. And I only work with, I work with 3 other females, but I only see 2 of them. But no compliments off of this one, so I am going to wear this one again. Maybe when I go somewhere, I could possibly wear it tomorrow because tomorrow's my birthday. So if I decide to do something tomorrow, I may just bust this out just to see what kind of reaction I'm going to get. But this is Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. Picked this one up, I think it was like about $40. It was like $38 or $39 with shipping. It was cheaper than that without shipping. It was like 36, I believe. So it was 32. I'm sorry. It was 32 and some change. So with shipping, which was $6 and some change, I think I paid like $38 or $39 for it. So not a bad price. If you can find it cheaper, good for you. But this is a keeper. A lot of people are also getting tired of this one. It's been out for some time now. And a lot of this stuff I am late on because I am really just now starting to get into the swing of things when it comes to fragrances. I haven't counted recently because I've bought more, but I should be around the 150, 155 mark when it comes to bottles of fragrances. Excuse me. So anyway, that was Friday. Saturday, I took a trip to Savannah. Uh, my son, he made the basketball team, and I went to. Well, I tried to make it to his first game yesterday. They were in some kind of tournament, and I missed the first game. They lost by one. Then they had to play again after the other team played, and I got there, and the fragrance I actually had on is well known in the fragrance community. Also, it took me a while to purchase this one. I've seen it in TJ Maxx, and it was like 30 or $40. And for a 30 ml bottle, I wasn't willing to pay that price. I found this one also in Marshall's. Actually, the same day I purchased this one, I purchased the Boss bottle, which is Hugo Boss bottle. And I've heard a lot of people talk good about this one in the fragrance community. And I purchased it. They said it smelled kind of like an apple pie or something like that, in which I agree. This is an excellent fragrance. I purchased this one. It was actually on sale, and they had it marked down for $20. So $15-20 is good for this 30 ml bottle. I'll pay that all day versus paying $30 or $40 for this little bitty bottle. As you can see, I did put a little bit of a dent in it yesterday. I didn't have to reapply, but I like to, be fresh when I'm popping up somewhere. We actually, after my son's game, in which he did well, proud of you, son. Keep up the good work, and I will be working with my son because actually I'm a legend around here in Brunswick with that jumper. And before I got my jumper, I was a legend when it comes to dunking. I was one of the hardest dunkers, and when I say hard, I don't mean hard like I can jump up and 360 and all that. I mean when I put it in the rim, I'm going hard. So I'm gonna work with my son a little more, get his post game down. I saw some things he need to work on, but anyway, I had this on yesterday. My daughter said it was okay. No compliments off of it, but it did smell nice. I like the scent. I'm happy with my purchase. So Hugo Boss, Boss bottle is the scent from yesterday. If you can find Boss bottled intense, I believe they said that one is better and more long lasting. We all know that they mess with the fragrances when they reformulate, and sometimes they change ingredients or specific process that they use, and it the fragrance loses oomph, as I like to call it. But if this one's been reformulated, I don't know because I've never smelled it before, and I was never a Boss fan, period. But they talk highly of this one and Boss bottled intense. So if you don't have it, pick this up. If you can find the intense version, pick that one up instead. But if not, grab this one. It works. Great fragrance. And today is probably, out of all these fragrances I have that I wore throughout the week last week, the one I had on today is probably the best. I got one compliment off of this one, and it was because I was around somebody and they smelled me. I actually sprayed it under this jacket that I have on, and I had it kind of zipped up because it was a little cool and raining outside. So you really couldn't smell my scent unless I unzipped my jacket a little bit, or I messed with my sleeves or whatever. And it's still on me now. The fragrance I'm talking about is Invictus Intense. And if you know anything about Paco Rabanne and his Invictus or anything from the 1 Million line, you know what these fragrances are about. They are crowd pleasing. They are club bangers. This one, no exception. It does the same thing. that the original Invictus does. I don't own the original of Invictus because a coworker of mine has it, and I'm not going to be wearing the same exact fragrance he wears. He wears it to work every day, which means I never wear this one. I think I worn it once, but since then I haven't worn it to work. But I do plan on purchasing uh, Invictus Aqua, which people are talking about is actually discontinued, and I have found it. I'm not going to say where because I've only seen 2 bottles left on their shelves, and once it's gone, it's gone. And hopefully, I can purchase it by the end of this week, just so I can get it in the collection. I smelled it yesterday in Savannah at the mall, and that is an amazing scent. If you have not smelled Invictus Aqua, please go to your local store, such as Belk's, Ulta, or Macy's or something like that, and get your nose on Invictus Aqua and tell me what you think. Please, you can leave a comment below. Even if you have already smelled it, let me know what you think, because I love the fragrance and I'm going to get it. I'm not thrilled about the original Invictus. I've smelled it. It's kind of played out now for me because my coworker, it seems to be his only scent or his signature scent. So it's kind of played out with me. When he wears it, I don't even notice it anymore. So, it is what it is. But Invictus Aqua was my scent of the day. Great scent. I love it. I think I purchased this one also from TJ Maxx a while back, a few months back, early in the year, for like, I think I paid $40 for this, which is not bad. I mean, I would pay 40 for it in a 30 mil if it actually was a banger like this one or was really worth the buck. I just could not pay it for this 30 mil bottle, in which I believe this is more than 30 mil. I really can't see the bottom, but this is actually a 50 mil bottle. So yeah, I'd pay that for a 50 mil bottle if I know it's a banger. 30 mil, if it's a banger, I'd still have problems with that. Actually, this one has on the back of the box, it's pretty basic. It says it has top notes of apple, heart notes of geranium and cinnamon, and base notes of sensual woody notes. So it's pretty basic. I like it. This one was probably the best one to me out of everything I wore this week. Number 2 would probably be this one, even though I didn't get any compliments and I wasn't really around anyone for them to smell it. But yeah, this is my number 2. Number 3 would probably be this one. And then the other 4, I would just say this one is probably a little above average. This one is average, little below average for this one, and this one is average also. So either way it goes, all of these are great purchases. If you see these anywhere, pick them up, especially if they're discounted or marked down. You really wouldn't be losing out if you purchased any one of these 7 fragrances I wore in this week. So it is what it is. All right, I don't know who my one viewer is, but thank you for tuning in. For anyone else who stumbles across this video and decides to check it out, I want to thank you also for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. You don't have to, but it would be nice if you would. My channel is growing slowly but surely. I appreciate anyone who subscribes. Make sure you ring the bell if you do, so you can get notifications of me being live or me posting videos. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook. Anyway, keep smelling good, guys. Peace.